afternoon, student. Today I will start the chapter hydrosphere. First of all, we have to know that 70% of the total earth surface is covered by water, and so our earth is known as blue planet because 70% of our earth is covered by water and remaining 30% is land. Now, we all know that there are 5 oceans. The name of the oceans are Pacific Ocean, the largest, then Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean and Atlantic Ocean. In this chapter hydrosphere, the chapter is divided into 2 parts. First part is ocean current and second part is tide. First of all, we will start ocean current. First, what is ocean current? Ocean currents are regular movement of ocean water from one part of the earth to another. This is called ocean current. So what is ocean current? The regular movement of ocean water from one part of the ocean to another is called ocean current. Now there is another term that is called drift. So what are drift? A drift is a very slow moving ocean current of about 3 to 4 meter per hour. This is called drift. So ocean current is horizontal movement of ocean water and drift is very slow movement of ocean water for about 3 to 4 meter per hour. Now ocean currents are of 2 types. Ocean currents are of 2 types, warm current and cold current. These are the 2 types of ocean current, warm current and cold current. The warm current originates in the equatorial region. The warm current originates in the equatorial region and it travels towards the poles. The warm current originates in equatorial region and it travels towards the poles. The warm currents are light. The warm currents are light and hence as they are light, they move as surface current. That is, what is the meaning of surface current? They flow on the surface of the water. Okay. So, the points are warm current originates in the equatorial region, moves towards the poles. They are light. As they are light, they travels on the surface of the water. Now next is cold current. Just opposite, the cold current originates at poles. The cold current originates at poles. They move towards the equatorial region. They move towards the equatorial region. They are heavy. As they are cold, they are heavy and they move as undercurrent. They move as undercurrent. So, from here we can write the differences between warm current and cold current. 4 points. Originate in equatorial region, originate in polar region, moves towards the poles, moves towards the equatorial region. They are light, they are heavy, they are surface current, they are undercurrent. Okay. Next, the causes of formation of ocean current. Causes. The first cause is Earth's rotation. This is the first point of causes of origin. In your year, these causes are these points are very important because effect already came in 2020 Madhyamik. So in your year, causes can come. Probability is there. So first point is Earth's rotation. We know that the Earth rotates from west to east, and it causes, and for this reason, because of Earth's rotation, all the freely moving objects deflect right in the northern hemisphere and left in the southern hemisphere according to Farrell's law that we had already done in the chapter atmosphere. So this is the first and foremost causes of Earth's ocean current is Earth's rotation. Because of Earth's rotation, all the freely moving objects deflect right in the northern hemisphere and left in the southern hemisphere. Next point is wind. Means prevailing wind. Prevailing wind. Prevailing wind is another most important factor. We know that the prevailing winds move following the direction, and as the wind blows, it also causes the ocean water to move in its own direction. This is the second most important point, that is the prevailing wind. Next is the temperature. In the equatorial region, you know the temperature is very high. As the equatorial region receives the direct ray of the sun, so the water is warm. So warm water is light, so the ocean current moves as surface current. And in the polar region, the temperature is very low. Cold region, temperature is low, so the water is cold. Cold water means heavy, so it moves as undercurrent. Next point is salinity. What is salinity? Salinity means the amount of salt present in the water. If the amount of salt is high, what will happen? If the amount of salt is high, the water will become very much dense, and so dense water means heavy and it moves as undercurrent. But on the other hand, if the water is less saline, it is less heavy, it is light, it moves as surface current. Next point is density of the ocean water. Density. Density depends on temperature and salinity. Density depends on temperature and salinity. When temperature is high, density is low. When temperature is high, density is low, and vice versa. Next point is salinity. When salinity is high, density will be less. This is the another point. Next, the melting of the ice. Next point is melting of the ice. The melting of the ice adds more fresh water in the fresh water, and when more fresh water makes, the salinity will decrease and the water moves as under surface current. And next point is shape of the coastline. If the coastline is tapering, like India, our country is peninsular, tapering towards the ocean. South America, South Africa, all are tapering, and for this tapering shape, the ocean currents gets deflected. Because of the tapering shape, the ocean current gets deflected. And last point is seasonal variation of monsoon. This can come in objective MCQ. In which ocean seasonal variation of monsoon is mostly found? It is mostly found in Indian Ocean, where monsoon wind play a very important role. Okay, next we will shift to the effects of ocean current. Ocean current are, what are the effects? Already came this year, so we can we have to give more stress on causes, and you have to read the effects, but little bit less effect can be given. The first is the formation of ocean bank. The first effect is First effect is sand banks formation. Now, you know that the cold ocean current originate in the polar region and comes towards the poles, equatorial region. As they come, it also carries some amount of pebbles, gravels, etc. with them. When it comes towards the equatorial region, the temperature gradually increases and the glacier melt. And what will happen? The pebbles will accumulate in the ocean bed, and after continuous accumulation of ocean bed, it will create a submerged area in the ocean bed. And this submerged area become a very important place for the fishes. It become an important fishing bank where the fish can breed well. And why? Here sun ray can penetrate, and where sun ray can penetrate, plankton, the most important food for the fish, grow well profoundly. And where fishes, planktons available, fish food, there fishes also found there. So sandbanks become the important fishing ground of the world. The most important fishing ground of the world you can mention Grand Bank, Dogger Bank, etc. The most important fishing ground of the world forms on because of the effect of ocean current. Now ocean current, another causes, ocean current can change the temperature of the region. For example, where the warm ocean current blows, it will increase the temperature. Where the cold ocean current blows, it will decrease the temperature. For example, we can say that the cold Labrador current passes through Northwest Atlantic Ocean. It will decrease the temperature, and for this reason, the region remain ice bound. Whereas the warm Gulf Stream current will increase the temperature, and for this reason, the Canadian coast remain frost free, and it helps in shipping. Another causes of ocean current is the formation of foggy weather. It is found in the Newfoundland coast where the two ocean currents, warm current and the cold current meets, helps in the formation of foggy and stormy weather. Okay, I have given this in precise form, and question answers of this chapter given in PDF file, and you should read the causes properly, and effects also you will read, and second part, that is tight part, will